This is the Rye Preserve Wilderness in Parrish, Florida, outside Sarasota, Bradenton area. There's a huge network of trails in here, and our original goal was to do this loop like this. And what ended up happening was we got to this point and saw that there was a fork, and we thought maybe we can follow the river back to the car, which started out really good. There's a nice trail, but then we got into this area and it just became very difficult. But we did manage to get back to the river, but then, as you can see, there was a lot of bushwhacking and we ended up giving up. But we had a lot of fun, and this video is too big for one part, so I'm making a two-parter. We're at Rye Preserve on a beautiful 74-degree February day. We'll see where this takes us. Whatchamacallit. Very shallow. 1.5 feet. And this is the Red Loop Trail.
Not big species, small species.
There's air plants, but a lot of Spanish moss. And they're very close to the river. It's just over in there. Oh, somebody had a little campfire. And it's very wet. It looks like it might be affected by tides. Very sandy trail. But that seems to be what's just right under the surface everywhere in Florida. This is sand. That's the same in our yard. You just dig a couple of inches and it's sand and limestone. More woodsy area next to this creek. Well, I'll have to check the map. It does look like the trail goes across this log over here and then back up there. So this red trail loop has been just skirting around the edge of the park. There's been fence all the way, and it kind of looks like there's a school over there. They're burning something, but I can see like tennis court fences and big poles. Something over there. Oh, looks like some kind of climbing course. It's got like tires and stuff. Some gorilla home over there. So who knows what they use all of that for. Interesting. Oh, there's a nice breeze right now. Feels really good. But yeah, one thing I don't like is those, in some of these Florida parks, just lots of open space instead of being in the forest shaded. this seems to have a little of both when you get down closer to the water. And this loop will take us back down towards the river. So this is the musical landmark sign. Part 1 here, part 2 here, but the town of Rye used to be located around here, and the only thing left is the family cemetery. There was 71 families living here by the late 1800s. It was started in 1862, I think. 1863 they built the first place here. And the Manatee River close by was dredged so steamboats could come up there, and this was the crosstown when people went from one major place in the county to another. So, but by 1929 everything had closed down because of roads and cars and trains, and they didn't need this place, and it became inaccessible again once they let the river fill up. We crossed the only road in the park, in and out road. Typical Florida landscape around here. We're currently on the yellow loop. In the Rye Preserve here, there's a yellow loop and a red loop. Those trails are red and yellow, and then they're connected with an orange trail between the two loops. And we passed a green trail that went off, looked like going outside of the park. I don't know where, but it wasn't on our maps. So here's an old stockade for gathering up cows from the area. It looks like to be
burned and won't reuse it.
Yeah, they burned here. But it's not an ancient one because it's got all of this sheet metal. And it's got the ruins of something out there, and I don't know, this pasture over here looks like it's taken care of. So I don't know, they got some big trash barrel over there they've been burning here, and some pile of old corrugated pipes over there. They got a picnic table here, and they got these berms that they've been building here. Some water source here. You got this berm, and then over there some big high walls over there. I don't know. They plan to flood this or what? Not sure. So we just looked it up on Lens. It's a lupine, but I don't know that I've ever seen this in Florida. So it looks like we're back. We've looped around and come back to the river at a different location.
Look at this.
I don't know, we're about, I think, a half mile downstream from where we were before.
Now, here you can. fishing.
Yeah, you think that's deep enough? It does look deeper,
Yeah.
but it might only be a few feet. Who knows?
On the middle, probably it's.
Oh, we are seeing medium-sized air plants here, but no orchids. So the shore's been really washed out here. And all these trees sucked in, so looks like this river can get raging once in a while. I guess if there's a good storm or something. Somebody write something? Oh, you can see it's very, very shallow back there. I can see the bottom all the way. So this section is the only part that seems deep so far, because it's shallow that way. At this point, the yellow trail goes that way and goes away from the river. And here, there is a nice trail that goes along the river, but the river goes way over here and does some snaking around and everything before it gets back to where you would connect to it again if you went down that trail. So we're going to give it a try, and if the trail is this good all the way, we'll be able to follow the river and be next to the river for the entire rest of our hike. What do you think about that? We're at this horseshoe bend here. Very beautiful, very quiet. It's nice and cool in here. The river's just right there. There's a nice breeze coming through here. This is really beautiful in here. We're not on these high bluffs anymore, and I mean, there was a couple of places you could access down those bluffs with a little bit of work, but this is a easy walk. But it's really shallow all the way across. We could see that from up top.